What do you say we go catch us some lobster? Come with me as I take my buddy Randy here on his first lobster shore dive here in Palos Verdes. As you can see here, we're at the shore. It's right before the sun has fully set and turns dark. That's when we started putting on our gear. We did one critical mistake, which is not check the conditions. As you can see here, the waves are pretty powerful and this place is very rocky. And it was a little bit dangerous to get in the water, and then once we were in the water, the visibility looked like miso soup. But it's nights like these that make you a better diver because it forces you, instead of staying at the top and kind of sighting for what you need, you have to kind of dive down, not just trust that you're gonna find the ground, and then once you get to the bottom, you assess the situation. You'll see a ton of different creatures. That was a perch. You'll then hopefully see some lobster. What I didn't show you here is how long it took us before we saw our first one. It was probably about 35-40 minutes. We were about to call it a night, but we hit up some different zones. We were just kind of scouring the coast until we were able to be like, oh, finally, some lobsters. That one was too small. The nice thing about this is you should be looking for their eyes, the reflection of their eyes, and then don't shine your flashlight right on them because that'll scare them away. You want to, once you see them, keep the flashlight at an angle just so that the side periphery of the main beam will light up the lobster, and then you can, instead of trying to grab them with your hand and kind of close your fist, you want to put your palm of your hand through them almost and pin them down and then close your fingers. As you can see here, this is a pretty decent sized one. The one that I caught earlier that I didn't catch on camera was the behemoth, for me at least. I know there's guys who catch really huge ones. Here is a seal, and these seals are very common actually at night because they use the flashlight to see the fish and then they'll go after them. So you'll have like this pet seal dog for a while. And then, which was also pretty crazy and gross, was the amount of flies when we got out of the water. There was a lot of seaweed that was kind of decomposing and you had to keep your mouth closed. It was a little gross. And I had a bucket, so here's our bounty, and we had to use our flashlights to climb up the hill. Make sure you bring Crocs or something, because I've been going with flip-flops and it's pretty bad. Like, it's just not a great idea. But I'm used to it at this point. So here's the big one. It's a pretty good size one. I'm pretty happy because this is the largest I've caught ever. You know, I know there's guys who catch 10-12 pounders, but hey, you know, these spots, especially offshore, can be a little bit challenging. Now we're back in my house and we're about to cook these lobsters up. This is where it gets a little gross. I brained the big lobster and it squirted out what I thought were baby lobsters, but were actually sea lice. So these sea lice were all up in the body cavity, but thankfully not in the tail meat. All right, so I boiled them for 5 minutes. Took off the tail. Now I butterflied them. Now I'm gonna cover them with butter and then some garlic. Sear them up on the cast iron, and then it's eating time. So I coated the cast iron with a little Kerrygold. Now we're gonna take it. You can see I have some of the garlic on there. Let's throw it on. It should be nice and hot. Oh, snaps. One more. Kaboom! Here we go. I'll do about, let's say 3 minutes, and we're good to go. Well, there you have it. If you have a better lobster recipe, definitely let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next adventure. That is a big lobster tail. There's my hand the size.
My hand's bigger.
Your hand's bigger. Dang! What do you think?
I could get used to that.